its maximum sustained at 65, so it's a moderately strong tropical storm right now. It's got to get above 74-mile-an-hour winds to be back to a hurricane strength, and we think it's going to do that eventually. Moving north-northwest at 12, so that's a little bit of a change. Last time at 1 o'clock we had a north-northwest motion at 10. Now it's moving north-northwest at 12, so a little bit of increase in its forward speed, but not by much. This is the updated forecast track, and it really doesn't show any significant change from the last one earlier this morning. Still making landfall near Matagorda Bay, perhaps right near Palacios at 1 a.m., just sitting off the coast at 1 a.m. So that would make for about a 2 a.m., 2:33 a.m., somewhere in there, landfall officially. That would be early in the morning, and then continuing to the north. And look at this in our northwest county, still as a 60-mile-an-hour tropical storm when it gets up into northwest Harris County, Montgomery County, Walker County, Grimes County. So tropical storm warnings are in effect for all of southeast Texas, even a little bit further to the north, almost all the way to Lufkin, where tropical storm force winds are expected late tonight and through the day tomorrow. And I think this is the biggest change over the past 24 hours, not just coastal impacts, but now because the storm is forecast to strengthen and be strengthening as it reaches the coast. It's going to carry that wind threat, which means a power outage threat as we head into early tomorrow morning and through at least the middle of the morning, early tomorrow afternoon. Here's the satellite and radar. That's the center of Beryl right there. Just to set your bearings, there's Corpus Christi, there's Matagorda Bay. Right here is where we think we may get a landfall around 2 a.m. in the morning right there. There's Galveston. And so off the coast of Galveston, hurricane warnings are in effect, hurricane watch in effect for Galveston Island, and then tropical storm warnings for all inland counties. And as you can see, we're getting scattered showers coming in already to the upper Texas coast with lightning and thunder and some of them as well. Right there is the northern edge of the eye wall. It's about 130 miles from that spot where we think it may make landfall right in there early tomorrow morning. And once again, this is kind of our second round, our second rain band coming in for the day. Had one come through in the morning. That's weakened now as it moved north. And then more scattered showers and thunder showers. These have very heavy rain. These are tropical downpours. So brief ponding on roadways from these storms is likely. At the moment, all bayous are well within their banks, but clearly that's something that we'll be tracking through tonight and through tomorrow. As far as the direct impacts from that tropical storm force circulation around the storm, I don't think that really begins to impact our coast until late tonight. So I've got our weather impact really beginning around 10 o'clock for the immediate storm. But even now we're getting those scattered showers that are slowing you down if you're trying to get around here on this Sunday. And that will just be in effect until the storm finally exits sometime during, I think, the middle of the afternoon tomorrow, exiting southeast Texas. Hurricane force wind threat on the coast and inland in our south and west counties could see hurricane force gusts late tonight, early tomorrow morning. Coastal rain and flooding, we're going to see a little bit of a surge, 3 to 5 feet on the upper Texas coast. So coastal flooding, lowland roads likely. And an enhanced tornado threat. These things have a lot of twists to them, a lot of vorticity as they come in. And so in the stronger downpours, you can get these little tornadoes. But don't get me wrong, even the little tornadoes, EF0s, EF1s, can do significant damage, roof damage, tree damage, and are life-threatening. So what you really should be doing right now, monitoring the forecast with us, and planning on staying home. Stay home tonight, stay home tomorrow. There's no need to get out in this. We've got a Cat 1 hurricane coming through a big chunk of the southeast Texas, Houston area late tonight and through the day tomorrow. Okay, let's take a look again at that forecast track. There it is as it's forecast to come on in, making landfall around 2 a.m., perhaps sitting right off the coast around 1 a.m. near Palacios, near Matagorda County. So Matagorda County looks like you're going to take a direct hit from a strong Cat 1 as we head into the wee hours of the morning. And then again, there's the center, still a tropical storm in our northwest county, still a 60-mile-an-hour tropical storm as we get into early afternoon for Montgomery County, Walker County, Grimes County. And so tropical storm conditions will extend away from the center several miles. And so that will keep Houston and Harris County with tropical storm force conditions. And that's why you see the tropical storm warnings in orange in effect for all inland counties. And then closer to the coast, there are hurricane warnings for Brazoria County, Matagorda County. Again, this is where we think the center may come right in Palacios, Bay City, Brazosport, and then El Campo, as well in Wharton County. Okay, Mayor Whitmire is going to speak. Let's go back to Marcelino and Mia.
Dave, thank you for that update. For those just joining us, I'm Marcelino Benito.
I'm Mia Gradney here along with you. And at this hour, we're bringing you an update from Houston city officials as we all prepare for what's expected to become Hurricane Beryl again. Let's go ahead and listen in now.
For sure.
So we can see it's quite the assembly here of Houston city leaders. We've already seen the fire chief, Chief Pena. We saw the interim police chief, Larry Satterwhite, as well. There are a number of different elected officials all gathering here and getting ready to brief us, very likely on what all is being done for each of these different departments and entities in preparing for the storm and getting Houstonians ready for the storm. You know, they have a lot of experience in this area, Marcelino, in dealing with storms, and even more so recently.
Yeah, we just got through the derecho wind event. This is not going to be quite like that, but in the last few days we've seen this forecast really change more. It's going to be a region-wide event, as we now know. Parts of the city of Houston, eastern, western parts of Harris County. This is going to be really a regional event, which is, to your point, Mia, you see so many partners and stakeholders there getting ready to brief us on how the city is getting ready for what's expected to be Hurricane Beryl in just a few hours.
And they're all in constant communication on a daily basis, but especially during times like this, when we do have an emergency situation on hand, these different departments, different agencies are all in constant communication. We know that they are at the Office of Emergency Management. That really is the hub. And I believe the mayor just walked in and stepped up to the podium. Let's listen in.
Huh? I don't read it. You really think I know what I'm going to say? I do. Good afternoon. This Sunday, my message will begin to all Houstonians that we have to take Beryl very, very serious. Our worst enemy is our complacency. We can't allow this storm to slip up on us. We've had notice of it. It's still very unpredictable, but I am surrounded with a professional team of city directors, first responders, probably the best team ever to be prepared for a storm like Beryl. We have total collaboration with every level of government. I'm going to yield in a moment to our two fine county commissioners to talk about their preparation, how they're ready to help Harris County residents, City of Houston residents. HISD has been in touch with us. No school, no summer school tomorrow or Tuesday. City employees have been asked, unless they're first responders, Tier 1, to stay at home and work at home tomorrow. Tomorrow afternoon we will meet and determine what the status is going forward with city employees and services for Tuesday. But tomorrow, city employees are to work from home. Municipal courts, other services will be suspended and determined late tomorrow evening about Tuesday. We've been notified by our surrounding communities. County judge in Montgomery County is prepared to assist Houston, Harris County, Fort Bend, other surrounding areas. Never have we experienced the collaboration of multiple levels of government and departments. We've been in contact with the Emergency Center in Austin. Acting Governor Dan Patrick has been in touch with me several times in the last 24 hours. I needed no introduction to him, by the way. The storm period, under the best information that we just received from the National Weather Service, around midnight, things will become very tense. So I want Houstonians to know the world, the conditions that you go to sleep under tonight will not be the same that you wake up in the morning. 12 to 6, supposed to be very intense. 6 tonight, wind, 60 to 70 miles per hour wind gusts, tropical winds, serious rain, could reach up to levels to 12 or more inches, certainly beginning with 6 to 12 inches. So we will have street flooding. So my request, based on the best information, is stay off the roads, certainly beginning at midnight. Metro will suspend their services at 10:30 tonight. Final runs will end at noon, at 12 o'clock tonight, and will be started back up at 8 o'clock in the morning, and making determinations as we go through the days. How can Houstonians help us help them? By staying at home, looking out for your family, your neighbors, your pets. We certainly want to know about our most vulnerable in our community. If you have senior citizens that you're responsible for, Take care of them. We will have strong tropical winds. There will be damage. But let's get through this night, tomorrow, like only Houston knows how. We've all worked on projects like this successfully, and we know what we're doing. But we're all in this together. The collaboration is something that brings us together. No one does it better than Houston, but we need you to help us. Be smart, be safe, stay off the roads, furniture outside. Take your lawn chairs, your pool equipment inside. Protect your pets. Do everything that you know how to do to get ready for this storm. Hopefully the storm will come through tomorrow. It's fast moving, and then we can all assess where we are tomorrow afternoon and prepare for Tuesday. With that said, I want to yield to my colleagues at the county. Commissioner Garcia, I would love for you to give us a status report for your precinct and how the city and the county can work in collaboration.
Thank you, Mayor. And as a city resident, thank you for your concern for all of us. Really appreciate your leadership. On behalf of Precinct 2, just want to announce that all facilities of Precinct 2 operations will be closed. And we are watching the conditions. We are expecting a storm surge to be a challenge to my coastal cities. And so we are concerned about that, and we'll be tracking it as much as possible. My public works crews are ready to exercise debris removal as quickly as the conditions are as safe as possible. I do want to reiterate what Mayor Whitmire has touched on. The best way, look, we've got the best first responders in the country right here in Houston, Texas, Harris County, Texas. But we don't need them to be put in any unnecessary danger. And so if you have experienced flood conditions before, think about it now. Now is the time to remove yourself from that potential risk, so we don't have to ask our first responders to go out there and do dangerous rescue operations unnecessarily. So please think about that. We do want to mention that during later in the week, we're going to be concerned, Commissioner Ramsey and I will be concerned about what we may be seeing along the San Jacinto River. So we're going to be tracking that as well. But as Mayor Whitmire said, I want to reiterate that the wind will be our greatest threat, and that 10 o'clock tonight should be your no-go anywhere to be on the road. So please, please do all you need to do now. If you need to go buy some supplies or something, go take care of that now. But 10 o'clock should be a no-go anywhere on the streets of Harris County. We do not need you to be in any more dangerousness unnecessarily. And then Precinct 2 operations for cooling centers and charging centers will be determined once we have a complete damage assessment report from my operations. And as we've been hearing, this will be a fast-moving event. That will be something that we hope will stay the condition so that we can get Beryl through here and out of here as quickly as possible, and we can get our economy back up and running. Mayor Whitmire, thank you so much for your leadership. Thank you for allowing Commissioner Ramsey and I to be here to be a part of your team.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I want to add right quick, Commissioner Briones wanted to be here, but had babysitting conflicts of issue, but she is monitoring this carefully with us and is a full partner with these other commissioners and the City of Houston leadership. Commissioner Ramsey.
Let me just affirm what Commissioner Garcia had indicated. Just know that we're prepared for the storm. As we know, this isn't our first rodeo, and there's many veterans of many different hurricanes that are out there now. We've got 16 crews pre-positioned in Precinct 3 for areas we know that will be flooding. So we've got the people in the field. They're there prepared to deal with the rain that's coming. It could be 8 inches, it could be 12 inches. And there's a big difference between 8 and 12. So we're focused on the rain part of it. Hopefully the wind stays as down as much as it could. But speaking for Precinct 1, I know they've got Katie here, and in Precinct 4, we're working within the county in terms of all of our crews working together with the city to respond. So be assured that your county and your city government is prepared to deal with what's coming. We've got the people on the ground, and know that this time tomorrow, I think we'll be in pretty good shape. Hopefully we can get through this evening. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner. Also, I want to emphasize the participation by the state of Texas. We've been in touch with TxDOT, who is also preparing their resources. The DPS is preparing and pre-positioning troopers to help us if there's any public safety issues that need to be addressed by the state. And for certain, the State Emergency Center is in constant contact with us in pre-positioning water and other necessities in case we lose power or other requirements. So let me make certain that we hear from our first responders. As far as I'm concerned, everyone behind me is a first responder. Public Works, Sanitation, Health Department, all of us are collaborating, and I've never seen the preparation and the cooperation. People want to work for the city of Houston under my administration. People from the surrounding areas are calling, what can we do to assist? The state is, and other surrounding counties. Let me ask Chief Satterwhite to come. We've actually brought on additional public safety resources, which I want the public to be reassured, not only your personal safety, but your property safety is being taken in consideration by HPD. Chief Satterwhite.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you for your leadership. So the simple fact is that we are more prepared now than we ever have been for a storm like this. I said before, I think we have increased our fleet now to about 20 high water rescue trucks that we have pre-positioned around the city. We have 30 boats pre-positioned. We have personnel, hundreds of personnel who've been trained in swift water, so we're much more prepared, Mayor. How can the public help? Let me echo the mayor and the commissioners to stay off the road. We don't know what we're going to see out there, so after 10 o'clock, please stay off the road. I will go a step further and ask the bars and nightclubs if you could help us out. If you close earlier, you get your employees home safe, and we don't have anybody else coming out. So with that, I'll turn it back over, but thank you, Mayor. We are prepared.
Thank you. And certainly, Houston Fire plays a vital role, and I want to yield to the Chief Pena at this time.
Mayor, thank you. Thank you for your leadership and bringing us all together on this messaging. Our thoughts are with those individuals that are already affected by the storm, but certainly our actions are focused here with our community. Life safety is going to be our primary focus, and we'll ensure that our resources are already in place to be able to respond effectively to what's expected. We've partnered and we've been in contact with our partners, including the county, been in contact with the Harris County Fire Marshal's Office to ensure that they have the resources and the preparations that they need, and to go ahead and start collaborating on any resources that we may be able to share. It is one big community, and we want to ensure that, that we're doing the right thing for our community. The next thing is for our residents to finalize their preparations. And as the mayor and the commissioners have mentioned, heed the warnings, make sure you stay connected to reputable news sources, stay connected with the alerts, sign up for Alert Houston to ensure that you're receiving critical updates on changing conditions. And with that, our resources are in place. We're ready to respond. We have additional water strike teams. We have additional high water vehicles. We have our wildland team that's ready to team up with Public Works to ensure that we're clearing debris from the streets. But we ask the public to do their part. If we have power outages and you're going to use generators, be cautious on how you use those generators. Carbon monoxide poisoning is a real thing every time we get these major storms and power outages. Ensure that your generators are serviced. Ensure that you have a working carbon monoxide detector. Reserve 911 for true emergencies. If you have other things that you want to report, use either 311 or 211 appropriately, but 911, reserve that for emergencies. Secure anything in your property that can be a projectile. The mayor mentioned your patio furniture, your trash cans, anything that can be blown away by these winds. Make sure you secure those down. And again, stay off the roads. We expect to have some street level flooding. Anytime there's water on the road, there's a potential for you to be stuck in that water. Don't expose yourself, and don't expose the first responders that would have to go out there and effect a rescue for people that are stuck in high waters. So with that, again, our thoughts are with our community. I want to thank the mayor and everybody behind us for the efforts that they're doing in this regard. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you. And as the chief reminded me, because there is no garbage pickup tomorrow, take your containers inside tonight. I know some in my neighborhood place them out on the streets on Sunday night. Take them inside. They will become flying objects that we just need to be very proactive in getting inside. I would like to call on every one of these men and women behind me. It is so impressive in our work sessions to see the preparation in the last 24 hours, all night last night. They'll be there through the night tonight or into Tuesday if necessary. I can't do that, but one that is essential is Angela Blanchard, our Office of Resilience and Recovery, who has handled these storms and been involved in the recovery of Katrina and others. I want Angela to give us advice and counsel. If you're vulnerable, what number do you call? If it's an emergency, all the list of resources that the public can reach out to. Certainly you can always call the city on non-emergency matters, 311, 911 for emergencies. But Angela, will you give us the wisdom of your experience coming through serious storms in the past?
Thank you, Mayor. First of all, uppermost in my mind today are those of you listening who are still recovering from floods in the derecho and now scrambling to make the last preparations in anticipation of what is going to be, as you've heard, both a wind and water event. We need to prepare for both. Stay connected to your neighbors. Remember, the person closest to you that can get to you the quickest is your neighbor, and that's the person that you can most quickly get to too. If you need help making preparations, get a neighbor and go finish, act now. The second most important thing I want you to know is that the nonprofits are working very closely with emergency management. The Houston Food Bank, for example, has already stood up their emergency food activation. They're still filling pantries that were emptied out from the derecho, but they've also staged emergency food in anticipation of the aftermath of this storm. United Way is standing by at 211. If you need resources, if you need counseling and help making decisions, reach out to 211. If there's someone especially vulnerable in your household and you're not quite sure if they're registered, call 211, make sure they're registered. If all of this has become overwhelming, that's understandable. We live in a region with enormously resilient people, but we've also been through a string of upheavals that have stretched resources and, let's face it, sometimes tempers and emotional stability. There's no shame at all if you're struggling. Please reach out to 988. It's a crisis hotline, and there are people there that can help you understand what you're going through and also help you find additional resources. So thanks to all of you. We don't welcome storms, but what I take great pride in is the capacity of the city and county leaders in this region to form quickly a collaborative and compassionate response, which is what you're seeing here today and what you'll see again the next time. Thank you. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you, Angela. The bottom line is all hands on deck. We're working hard at the county and the city levels so Houstonians, Harris County residents, and our surrounding friends will be safe. We do need Houstonians and the residents to do their part by cooperating with the advice and counsel that we've given today. Together, we'll get through this storm as we have in the past. With that said, is there any questions or You want to go ahead and do the translation? Obviously, we'd like to translate for our residents.
Muchas gracias a todos por estar aquí. Voy a dar un resumen lo más rápido posible de todos los puntos que han hecho todos los líderes atrás de mí, el alcalde John Whitmire, los comisionados de los 4 precintos, el jefe de departamento de bomberos, Chief Peña, el departamento de policía, Chief Satterwhite. También tenemos aquí a los líderes de Centerpoint Energy. Todos están preparados. A cambio, a diferencia de la tormenta derecho, esta tormenta nos ha dado tiempo para preparar. Entonces tenemos los empleados afuera esperando, los equipos de rescatistas esperando, pero lo que ustedes pueden hacer para ayudarnos es, por favor, quédense en casa si no es necesario salir. Las más personas que estén en la calle son riesgos que se ponen no solamente ustedes y su familia, pero también a nuestros rescatistas. Entonces, por favor, todo lo que necesiten de las tiendas para prepararse, háganlo ahorita, que no tenemos vientos ni lluvia, y a las 10 de la noche, por favor, estén en su casa a salvo. De las 10 de la noche hasta las 8 de la mañana no habrá servicio de metro y tampoco debe haber ningunos carros en la calle. Por favor, ayúdenos con eso. Las escuelas HISD estarán cerradas mañana, lunes y también el martes. También todos los empleados de la ciudad que no son necesarios van a estar trabajando de casa. Dueños de negocios, por favor, piensen hacer lo mismo con sus empleados. Ayúdenos, por favor, quedándose en casa y todo lo que esté afuera, los botes de basura, no se va a recoger basura mañana. Entonces, todos los botes de basura, lo que se pueda alzar por el viento y causar daños, llévenlo adentro de la casa. Sabemos que hay personas que todavía no se han recuperado de la tormenta derecho. Entonces, si necesitan ayuda para prepararse para esta tormenta, tenemos varios números que pueden hablar. Para recursos o ayuda para tomar decisiones de cómo prepararse, marque 211. Para asuntos que no son urgencias, marque 311. Y sabemos si es algo urgente donde usted necesita la policía o el departamento de bomberos o alguna otra, alguien que pueda responder inmediatamente, el 911. Y para todos los que están batallando con asuntos de salud mental, sabemos que la tormenta, las varias tormentas que hemos tenido en el pasado nos pueden causar mucha ansiedad, y entonces si no tengan ningún sentimiento de vergüenza, si están pasando por ansiedad o miedo, por favor pueden marcar al 988 si necesitan recursos. Muchas gracias.
Thank you, Anna. And the person that allows this emergency center to be so effective and protect the public and allows this center to communicate with first responders in all the departments in the region, the weather service. Tom Munoz, will you give us a report on when you're going to raise the tempo around here? I know at 7 o'clock will be all hands on deck. We'll be working through the night, but if you'll give us the benefit of your schedule and what we need to do based on everything we've heard today.
Thank you, Mayor. Just want to make everyone aware of the last 3 days we've been monitoring, right? We have been at increased awareness to ensure getting the messages out, but now we've been working with the National Weather Service and along with all our stakeholders behind us. So at 7 p.m. today, we're going to go to level 2, which is high readiness. We're still going to be passing out all the information. What that means is now we're going to be internally working together. We're going to be spending the night and working diligently to ensure the safety of everyone. The messages are going to be going out throughout the night. We will be working with our National Weather Service again throughout the night. If anything should change, that information is going to go out. But I want the public to rest assured that we have been preparing, we are prepared to ensure the safety of everyone. I encourage you to go to alerthouston.org to get that information. We're going to be passing that information out throughout the night. But again, want to emphasize Public Works, HFD, HPD, our stakeholders, our NGOs, we're working together to ensure the safety of everyone. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you. Yes, sir.
We know people are still waiting for some debris to be picked up from the last storm we had come through.
Okay, I think maybe the most important message that I heard from the mayor is just it's okay to stay home. Just stay home tonight. Stay home tomorrow. We've got a Cat 1 hurricane making landfall in our southwest counties late tonight, early in the morning. We're going to have hurricane and tropical storm conditions move across our viewing area during the morning hours tomorrow. Just stay home, stay informed, stay put, and stay safe. And you can see by the forecast, although it makes landfall around 2 a.m. tomorrow morning, Matagorda County, it is exiting by the afternoon and evening, and by 1 a.m. Tuesday morning, it's all the way up here into Texarkana. So this is not going to stop on us. It's going to be moving, but it will be an inland wind threat and a flash flooding threat. A little closer to the forecast. So by 1 a.m., Hurricane Center has a Cat 1 with winds of 85. just off the coast of Matagorda County. There's Matagorda Bay, Palacios, Matagorda County. So it looks like a landfall likely around 2 a.m. or so, early in the wee hours tomorrow morning. Then it moves through our southwest counties. So Brazoria, Matagorda County, Wharton County under hurricane warnings, as you'll see hurricane conditions inland. In Fort Bend County, you're going to be on the edge. You're going to get strong tropical storm conditions there. So expecting power outages in our southwest counties, especially along and south of I-10, early tomorrow morning. By early in the afternoon, it's still a tropical storm as it moves north. Winds of 60, and so you're still getting tropical storm force winds in here and gusts as well. Montgomery County, Walker County, Grimes County, Polk San Jacinto, Washington County as well as it moves north. And so I see you Madisonville as well, Houston County up to Lufkin could still see tropical storm conditions going into late in the afternoon. Here's where the storm is right now. Tropical storm. Winds of 65. Those are max winds right now, but again, forecast to strengthen as it approaches the coast late tonight. You can see the scattered thunder showers that are coming in as the rain band number 2 on the day comes in across southeast Texas. Let's take a look at the wind forecast. So we go into 8:30 this evening, still relatively quiet. After that, you should be inside and hunkered down for the night and tomorrow. As the eye of the storm is forecast to move in here, Matagorda County, eastern Matagorda Bay, 2 a.m. in the morning. These are forecast wind gusts. 56-mile-an-hour gust Galveston, 55 Angleton, gusting to near hurricane force Bay City. And again, near the center of the storm, you've got hurricane force conditions there. Wharton gusting to 48. This is by 2 a.m. in the morning. Once we start getting winds 40 to 50, that's where we start seeing power outages, history and experience tells us. So by 5 a.m., Wharton gusting to 83. Bay City, 83. Cat 1 hurricane force winds right near the center of the storm. Sugar Land gusts to 50, Angleton gusts to 60, so power outages becoming much more likely and expected here in our southwest counties going into the early morning hours tomorrow morning. Gusts to near 50 at Hobby, 39-mile-an-hour gust by 5 a.m. across Bush Continental Airport by 5 a.m. Let's go into 8:30 tomorrow morning. Gusts to 71 in Sugar Land, power outages likely. Tomball gusting to 54, Brenham 66, Columbus gusting to 74 on the backside, possible. Houston gusts to 55. So there will be scattered power outages in Harris County and widespread power outages in our western counties. Wharton County, Fort Bend County, Waller County, Austin County, Colorado County, Washington County, Grimes County as it moves into Grimes County and right through Grimes County is a tropical storm early tomorrow afternoon. So more scattered power outages likely here as the storm moves through. Let's talk about rain. So it will be moving. It's not going to sit on us, but because we're right in the direct path of that, our western counties 6 to 12 inches possible as it moves through. Again, not forecast to slow down or stall. That's good, but that's enough to cause street flooding and maybe it would definitely raise bayous and creeks and streams, and we'll have to monitor that to see which ones become a problem. Now, we do monitor all of them. Right now, all across the area, we're all in the good range, so that's good. Channels are at the bottom of their channel, and we've got room to take some rain. So something we'll be watching closely are our channels and streams as we go through tonight and tomorrow. With this much twist in the atmosphere, this much vorticity coming in with the rotation around Beryl, the stronger thunderstorms can produce these little tornadoes, little gustnadoes, sometimes we call them, EF0s, EF1s. But those can do significant damage. So this is a real threat. I expect we're going to see several tornado warnings for tornadoes that come and go very quickly as these bands come in, especially as the center of all that vorticity gets closer to us in the early morning hours tomorrow. On the coast, it is a surge threat, 3 to 5 foot surge, rise in the sea level with waves on top of that on the beaches and the bay. And then further down into Matagorda, from Brazosport down to Matagorda Bay, 4 to 6 foot rise in water with waves on top of that. So coastal areas will see coastal flooding because of that rise in sea level. And of course, the flash flood watch stays in effect through Tuesday morning. But by that time, guys, really by Monday night, I expect most of the area to be seeing rapid improvements as the storm exits. That's where we stand. Back to you.
A lot to keep up with and a lot to follow and monitor. Thank you, Dave. Real quick now, though, a recap from the city of Houston in their briefing just minutes ago from the Office of Emergency Management. At 7 o'clock tonight, they will operate at a level 2, which is high readiness. Mayor John Whitmire stressing to Houstonians, we have to take Beryl very seriously.
Yeah, the mayor wants you to stay off the road and stay home tonight and tomorrow. Metro will suspend services at 10:30 tonight. Also, there's no summer school in HISD tomorrow or Tuesday, and City of Houston employees are to work from home tomorrow.
All Precinct 2 facilities will be closed. That's according to Harris County Commissioner Adrian Garcia. Commissioner Garcia says, now, if you've experienced flooding, no matter where you are, consider removing yourself from that situation ahead of tonight. But here's the thing. Wind will be the biggest threat, widespread. Chief Larry Satterwhite says HPD, however, is more than prepared than ever for a weather emergency with added vehicles and equipment.
Again, stay at home is the big message here from the chief to the mayor. By 10 o'clock tonight, officials want you to be at home. Thank you for watching. Please stay safe out there and, of course, stay informed.
And you can look for updates online every hour throughout the day. We'll also have an extended hour-long version of our 5 o'clock newscast coming up here shortly. And a quick reminder now to scan the QR code on your screen to also receive up-to-the-minute information online on KHU.com and with the KHU 11 app.